Welcome to GOAT James Kingdom. This is part 3 of how statistically dominant is LeBron James. I'm the exposer. Nick Wright named LeBron James number 1. This whole thing is about statistical dominance that Chris Broussard was so brazen to bring up during the conversation of Nick Wright's top 50 players. But we left y'all off with LeBron James averages and assists, correct? So let's just take a quick look at where he sits at in his average and assist. As you can see, he's surrounded by guards. I mean, he averages more assists than like Mark Price and Gary Payton and Maurice Cheeks, all these other great passers. So LeBron James' passing is really phenomenal at 7.48 per game. So we did go ahead and talk about his points and his passing. What about his defense, right? And rebounding. You know I got y'all. Now, being that LeBron James is a small forward, he's never going to rank high in rebounding and blocks because he's not a big man. He's also not going to rank high in steals because he's not a small guy like a guard that gets a lot of steals. But where does he rank amongst his position, which is a small forward? Well, if you look at blocks per game, he's top 10. If you look at steals per game, he's top 5. If you look at defensive rebounds per game, he's top 3 in his position. So LeBron James dominates even in those categories in the averages. Even if you want to go to total rebounds per game, he's top 10 in his position in those. And if you want to just take a quick glance at the ones on the right, those are defensive stats that are for the advanced stats that LeBron James dominates in as well. And then he's also top 5 in first team all defensive selections with 5. So LeBron James has the defensive stats and the rebounding stats to go along with all the great passing and scoring. So again, LeBron James' statistical dominance is all over the board in the totals and also in the averages. This is his career average, his playoff average, and his finals average, which show you how he's been consistent throughout his career and what he does as far as scoring, as far as rebounding, as far as passing, as far as doing everything else on the basketball court. He's the most consistent player. His prime has lasted longer than anybody else. And when you talk about the finals, which is a lot of people, that's all you want to talk about, he averages a double-double. He's actually only the few players to average a double-double that averages over 25 points per game in the finals. He's also top 5 in points. He's top 5 in rebounds. He's top 5 in steals. He's top 5 in assists. He's top 5 in blocks. I mean, the man literally dominates all categories when we're talking about what he does on the basketball court. This is statistical dominance right here. Even his shooting percentage is up there with the big boys. Even in the postseason, he's with the big boys. So not only does he have all the other stats and the averages, but here it is. He's the most efficient scorer as well. GOAT James, man.